Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at NASCAR Authentics Wave 4 for 2023. Honestly, another pretty solid wave of choices here. Got Truck, Xfinity, and Cup again. Got a couple exclusives. Got Ford and Chevy, no Toyotas for some reason, but said good selection of different types. You know, you got some like secondaries, you got some special paint schemes. It is a good mold wave, which also, should mean now we have more blurry decal cars. 3 to be exact. And the blurry decals have now infected the Xfinity mold. It's those 3 in the middle we'll get to in a little while. But for some reason, I swear they have to pick them. Like, the fact that it's like Dale Jr.'s car and the Hooters car and Kyle Busch's new 8. Like, are they like specifically picking things that to make the blurry decals out of these that they know people will buy regardless? Like, oh, everyone's going to buy Dale Jr.'s car, so we can do whatever we want with it. I don't know. They said, Lionel literally said that they, requested that this factory only uses one type of decaling technique. Which, again, I'm still waiting for the wave that the entire wave is blurry decals. They're like, oh, here you go. Like, that's going to happen, I feel like. I don't feel like they're going to go with the, good decaling process. They're going to go with this blurry one, but whatever. Why don't we just hop right into the video? Start up with Zayn Smith's Speedco Championship winning truck for Front Row Motorsports. Or is it Front Row Racing? Regardless, here we have his championship car. You see you have the championship logo on the roof. I've always loved this Speedco paint scheme. Something about the like dark matte blue with the bright yellow around the bottom has always looked really cool to me. Ooh, yeah, that does not look very good on the front. I've been pointing out, for some reason, since they're still using the same generic truck mold from, like, 2017 or whatever, that, like, the new decals just do not work on them. Like, look at how bad that looks. Big, huge gap. The, exhaust or whatever. Exhaust, why'd I say exhaust? The grill decal down there is, like, warped around and curved. Big Bri just did a video on Joey Logano's Planet Fitness truck, and, he was, like, loving the truck, enjoying it, and then turned to the front and just, like, paused, and just, like, it broke him. So, I don't know, they really need to, maybe make a new generic mold for now, finally, because that's just not it. I believe this is the, liquid colored chase piece of the wave, if you can find it. I believe it's this truck. Next up, we have Josh Berry's Tire Pros number 8 for Junior Motorsports. This is one of the exclusives of the wave. Luckily, the 2 exclusives were spared from the blurry decals this time, unlike that Corey LaJoie car that one wave. I was kind of shocked that this car DNP'd. Like, it seems like Tire Pros was always kind of into getting their diecast made. Like, the Tire Pros cars for Josh Berry have gotten made before. Just yesterday in the Xfinity race in Pocono, in this car, Josh Berry had probably one of the baddest choke jobs ever. Dominated the race, was easily going to win the race, and then for some reason went really wide in the turn. I guess panicked. Then he got back inside. It was Austin Hill. Body slammed with Austin Hill, went down low, and then Sam Mayer came in the picture, and then he turned back up, body slammed Sam Mayer, his teammate, and then blew a tire and wrecked. That was bad. As I said, that's the legacy of this car so far, which is not great, because this is a really good-looking paint scheme. It's got the matte black with the glossy red, like, really cool-looking paint scheme here. Next up, we have Brandon Jones, Menards number 9, also for Junior Motorsports. Got 3 out of the 5 Junior Motorsports cars in this wave for whatever reason. The Menards paint schemes are always good to me. Like I said, I love the bright neon yellow Menards car. And I like this one that they actually decided to make a design that actually goes and becomes the little swoosh under the Menards logo. That is a really cool design choice right there. I hope to review the 124 of this at some point, but for some reason, something is going on with it. And no one's really talking about it either. The 124 for this was on an in billing post back in like the beginning of June. But then, when Plan B got the shipment, What do you know? It wasn't there. And then it hasn't really appeared anywhere. No one, I haven't seen a single person post a photo of like, here's the new 124 I just picked up. And then the standard one is now removed from the site. So I don't know what happened. And then just like a week ago, there was another in-billing post, and it had the autograph version of the car. And still, I have not seen it pop up anywhere, and I don't think Plan B or Circle B got it either. So I don't know if they did something wrong with the car. I mean, I know some people were, a little bit disappointed with the, big yellow highlighter outline of all these logos back here, but I don't know if that's really that enough to, would they have really, gotten rid of the car for that? Because, I mean, it's, this car looks fine in 1/64 scale. It's got the right neon Menards yellow. It's got the colors. Everything's bright. It looks fine to me. I don't see anything on here that's like, oh, no. Was there something on, what did one of these sponsors, cry or something? Is it the fact, Cheez-Its on the car or something? But that's something to really take a look at, because, like I said, no one is talking about it, or no one seemed to notice that that's happening with the 124 for whatever reason. Next up, we have the first of our blurry diecast. We have Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Bass Pro Shops number 88 from the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports. He's racing at, it's either Homestead or the Bristol Night Race. I forget which one. And, yeah. Look at that American ethanol port. These look so bad. This is the first time it's gotten infected into the Xfinity mold, like I said earlier. The Xfinity mold has escaped these really weird, blurry, crappy decals. I just don't understand how people, still defend this. There's still people to this day that'll still be like, oh, you're just a little whiny crybaby. There's nothing wrong with these. Same thing that happens with Big Bry. But, look at that. If you're American Ethanol, how get you happy with that? Oh, cool, you can't even read our logo. It's a white, blurry line around a, really bad-looking green logo. How are you going to do the American flag like that? I mean, come on now. It's not good. This is a really nice looking paint scheme, too. I very well might get the 124 of this. The 124 is you have a matte black back with a glossy neon orange front. It looks really cool. I was debating getting the 124 of this, but this definitely isn't it with this 164. NASCAR race car logo is, completely diagonal. Look at that 75th anniversary logo. Not even lined up. Said it's so bad. I don't understand how people defend this. But there's still some people to the day that will defend it. My favorite one is still that one random guy that said something along the lines of, if you keep complaining, it's only going to get worse. Well, Lionel's going to be like, oh, you have a problem with this? I'm going to make it worse now? What? I don't know. Next up, and another blurry decal car, we have Kyle Busch's Lenovo number 8 for RCR. One of the only paint schemes that has stayed the same from Tyler Reddick to Kyle Busch. But, yeah. Look at that blurriness. Look at that Cup Series logo. Big old, bubble or chip or something in the middle of the Lenovo logo right there. This one seems almost slightly more legible for the American Ethanol logo. You got Cheddar's under it. It's just, they're so bad. But like I said, I feel like they're choosing these on purpose. Just the fact that it's again, they seem to be choosing cars that they know people will be forced to buy anyways. Some people really like this Lenovo car for some reason. I've never really liked it that much. It's fine, but it's just a black and red car with some random logos or random design down the side and double Lenovo logos, which looks stupid as hell. I know later they had they would put other brands there, which hopefully they do again this year. But that Tyler Reddick Texas win from late last year, that one has Think Edge or something right there, which makes it look so much better because having Lenovo looks kind of weird to me, but whatever. Kyle's got it hard so far with the 8 car. He is his first Authentics diecast on the crappy mold, and this one is on the blurry decal EL mold. Hopefully we get the Cheddars on a good mold and not blurry decals, because that Cheddar's car looks really nice. Very well might review the 124 of that car at some point. Next up, we got the last of our blurry decal cars. We have Josh Berry's Hooters number 9 from the Bristol Dirt Race. And some random other guy raced it at tried to race it at Chicago and just immediately wrecked it in practice and ruined the paint scheme. But yeah, no. Josh Berry raced this in the Bristol Dirt Race. So cool. We got 2 Josh Berry cars in the same wave. It's been a while since we got, 2 cars for the same driver in a wave. It's really nice. And again, you got some blurry decal-y crappiness. As you can see, yikes. Look at those pixels right there. You can see each individual pixel in each individual logo. So the sponsors cannot be happy about this. What if you're Valvoline? Yeah, I'm really happy that you can't read my logo. You got Caloria Blue Burr. It's so bad. How are people defending this? Come to think of it, last year's Hooters Authentics diecast was blurry decals too, wasn't it? Wasn't that one of the first ones? Am I remembering that wrong, or was one of the first blurry decal cars we ever got the Hooters car? Why is Hooters getting so screwed by this? Is it just, again, the fact that I'm saying, yeah, they know everyone will buy the Hooters car, so they don't care what happens to it? It looks so bad. Look at that. Ugh. So terrible. Next up, we have Alex Bowman's Allied Night Race paint scheme. Like I said in the last video, Ally both has a day paint scheme and a special night race paint scheme. Both of them are in Authentics now, but of course one's on the crappy mold and one's on the good mold. Another set is destroyed for some reason. Why? Just stop doing that. Like last year it happened with the Auto Trader cars. You had Logano's on the good mold, and then you had Cindric's on the crappy mold. This one looks great. I love this night race paint scheme. The black base with the purple and the teal and everything looks fantastic. He said, I'm glad LA stepped up their game this year because, like I said many times, last year's was not good. That, glorified test car looking paint scheme was just terrible. They must have taken it to heart because they made some beautiful, beautiful designs. You got, the neon lights, the streaks, good gradients, all that good stuff. This just looks beautiful. Raced it a couple times this year. I was kind of disappointed that this was the Ally 400 Nashville night race paint scheme. Yeah, it's a night race, so they use the night race paint scheme, but, Nashville's had their own, special Nashville-themed paint schemes last couple years, so it's kind of weird they just didn't even run a special one this year. Just their already, established special one. Next up, we've got Kevin Harvick's Ream number 4 for Stewart-Haas Racing. Another diecast for his final year. That's a shame that the his 29 throwback was Busch, because that means it's not going to be an Authentics ever. Unless they make, one of those old Harvick beer cars. At least that's still something that actually happened once. Busch Beer wins that battle just because they actually did run a Harvick beer car that one time. Got the big blank spot right there where Ream would be. If you remember, they did still put Busch on that pink car. Surprised more people didn't, nothing ever came of that. But does have the Forever logo right there on the name rail. Pretty solid paint scheme. It's definitely better than Bell's Ream car that, has a Ream logo right there and then just all blank space. This one they at least filled the blank space with Ream.com. Have to see just how many Harvick cars we get this year because they can still offer the mobile car. And he just got he got his special, was it Sonoma? He ran that white and silver mobile special paint scheme and that just DNP'd. That's really odd. I understand, he had one of his Busch, it was just the regular Busch car with brake for Busch on the side. That DNP'd. That makes sense even on his final year, but the fact he has, a special mobile car and that DNP's in his final year, but not the really lame mobile car's primary. I don't know how people like that. It is literally a solid white mobile car, basically a test car, and everyone is, just, making it oh my god, it's beautiful. That is how you do a nice, clean car right there. What? How is a plain white car really good to some of these people? That looks terrible to me. Especially, okay, so you're saying that's all nice and clean and beautiful, but everyone still cries about the car that's back here? what? If you want a nice, clean, simple paint scheme that looks good, Logano's car is what you got. That's bright yellow. It's still eye-catching. It's got, you know, kind of an old-school red stripe around the bottom. Like, that's... if you want a clean car, that's what you want right there. Like, a solid, plain white car with no design whatsoever is not it for me. You'll hear more about that if that ever ends up in Authentics, which I feel like it probably will. Anyways, back to this wave. We have our next exclusive. We've got Chris Buescher's Pala Casino Spa and Resort car. This is a really cool looking car. Hole in the matte finish. You got the bright neon purple to pink fade. I was disappointed when this car ran. I was really hoping this car was going to be metallic silver around the front. Not just kind of this like matte primer gray color, but this still does look good. But I think this car would have been really cool if it ended up with the silver. I believe the real car does have a pink chrome number, if I'm not mistaken. So just a really cool looking paint scheme there. I believe he raced this at Auto Club earlier this year. Really nice exclusive. It's like I said, it's always good to get exclusives. We got 2 of them in this wave. I'm glad to get some EL mold, non-blurry decal exclusives again, because like I said, for a while there, it seemed like all the exclusives were just getting piled on to the crappy mold waves. Like I said, I don't know if that was to make people try to buy the crappy molds more, because for any of the people that still say that, you know, some of us are, you know, whining too much, clearly a lot of people feel that way, because whenever you go to a store, 90% of the stock on the shelves that's just sitting there for months and months is the crappy mold cars. People are buying this mold, except for certain cars, like the blurry decal cars are sitting around a little bit, and, you know, every store you can usually, like, you'll find, like, I just went to a Target the other day, and they had, like, 5 different Chase Elliott cars from 5 different waves on the pegs. It's like, okay, any Chase Elliott fans in heaven in the store, but it looks like everyone else doesn't seem to care that much about Chase Elliott cars. But said it's funny that like most of the stock on the shelves is the crappy mold, so clearly people are not buying them. People are speaking with their wallets on that one. Probably also worth pointing out that, as you can see in the background here, we got Joey Logano's championship hauler released in Authentics. I assume we're going to get that car you see up here at some point with the roof logo. Like I said, here we have, you know, the truck, so hopefully we get the Xfinity and the Cup cars. I believe they made the Xfinity car just the Interstate Batteries car for Ty Gibbs, but since we got the hauler, hopefully we actually get a 164 this year, because that sucked back in 2018 because of Monster. They didn't actually give us... They made the hauler for Logano's championship, but didn't actually give us a regular authentic, either of his raced version or of that roof logo car. But, you know, I had to pick up that Authentics hauler. Looks really cool. You got a, you know, picture of Joey doing his burnout, him holding the trophy, confetti, got big Shell Pennzoil logos, big champion logo. If you're going to do, like, the, you know, not real haulers, I at least like if there's something like this. So I really wish they would go back to doing some real haulers, because, like, there was a point where somebody took a photo of, like, every hauler on, like, one of the hauler parades, and, like, there's some really cool-looking haulers right now. It's a shame that they just, like, refuse to make real haulers anymore, even in Authentics. You either just have fantasy haulers for the most random one-off special paint schemes, or, like I said, if you want to do, like, a mosaic hauler, whatever you want to call this, commemorative hauler, like, fine. I actually do like getting, like, the championship haulers, or when you had that, like, Kyle Busch 5-win Xfinity hauler, but I don't know. But like I said before, this is a really solid wave of choices, couple exclusives. EL mode's always good, even if there are some few blurry decal cars that we always have to fight through. Said we'll be definitely interested to see how that changes now. If they do go back to one single one, and if we do get a solid blurry decal wave, I don't think the internet will handle that one. That will probably break the internet, because everyone hates the, you know, crappy mold, but there's enough people that are like, oh, we still get EL mold cars too. So if they make a whole bad blurry mold like that, that's, ooh, don't want to be around for that one. At this point, we're just waiting for the, whatever the hell those Winter Circle race versions are actually going to come out. I don't, they must be having a problem with them, or maybe are they just trying to wait until everyone forgets about them to release them? Like, I don't know if that's what's happening, if they're just, you know, going to be like, okay, let's just wait until everyone forgets about them so then we can have our big reveal. I don't know. Anyways, this is a brand new release wave. You can get it right now. It should be showing up over the next couple weeks to most people's stores. Remember, for all of your other diecast needs, you can go to Circle B Diecast, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping for any order over $30. Just go check it out if you want anything. But I think that's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of NASCAR Authentics Wave 4 for 2023. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.